Good evening and welcome to the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center's first annual virtual fundraiser. So this is different. I'm standing in front of this screen. I don't normally get to do that at our auctions, but we're so glad that you could come into our house tonight and spend some time with us as we walk you through this amazing auction that we've put together, and you learn a little bit about what the Rape Crisis Center is all about. So, as you know, we normally hold this at Santa Maria Country Club, or we've held it a bunch of different places. We get all dressed up, so I did that. My partner over here, you haven't met him yet, but you will. He got dressed up. We're in competition for shoes, I think. You'll see them later. But we get dressed up, we have some wine, we have a nice dinner, we meet all of our friends, but COVID kiboshed all of that. So here we are tonight, coming to you live in the interwebs to be able to sell some amazing things to raise money for the Rape Crisis Center. Why is that important? I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to look at my notes so I don't screw up. Here's the thing. When the pandemic hit, the Rape Crisis Center didn't stop. We went to every call. We worked with every victim that was presented to us. We worked with our partners in the community because abuse didn't stop when the pandemic hit. Unfortunately, fundraisers did. That's why we're holding tonight. We made it through 2020 with the amazing support of some fabulous individual donors that have supported our agency, the tremendous foundations that support us through the grants that they give us, as well as our state, our local cities, and our county funding that we receive. But fundraising really is important to us because, sadly, government funding doesn't cover all of the programs that we provide, our direct services and our educational services, specifically our educational services. So that's why tonight you have a chance to make a difference in the lives of so many people, whether it's through our direct service programs or through the educational programs that we lead in all of our elementary, middle, and high schools, as well as at the college level here in northern Santa Barbara County. So, you're going to hear a lot tonight. Open up your wallet. We're not trying to intimidate you, but we just want you to give simply because we know that's why you're watching. If you didn't care about the work that we do in the community, my guess is you'd be sitting out back with your barbecue, and that's okay. But here we are. We're so excited to be here, and I'm excited to introduce you to my partner here in a little bit. But before I do that, there are a couple people I need to thank. First of all, what y'all don't know is that there's more than just one camera here. There's more than just one person. We've got a room full of individuals that are here to support us tonight. First and foremost, Jeremy and Michelle Ball. This event would not take place had it not been for me presenting what I thought was a crazy idea to them over lunch one day, and they said yes. I was so excited. But then I got nervous because we'd never done anything like this before. But Jeremy and Michelle Ball have been really the backbone of us moving forward and setting this all up and enabling us to be here tonight. Second is board member Barb LaFave and what I consider to be my angel, Alex Dunn, who has been so supportive of me with my frantic calls of things I just didn't understand. And we've gotten to where we are tonight. So thank you to Jeremy, Michelle, Barb, Alex, and to two of my office mates, my finance director, Karen Powers, and my associate director, Allison Wales, for being here and being so supportive, because we're a team. It's what we do. So as we work through the next hour, and I promise you, we're going to keep it at an hour, here's something I want you to remember. Everybody watching tonight, everybody who's listening, everybody knows a survivor. When we know that statistically 1 in 4 women and girls and 1 in 6 men and boys will be victimized at some point in their life, we need to change that statistic. And we can only do that through our educational programs. We need to work until there's none, because by golly, we're going to change that statistic. Secondly, I need to say a thanks to all of our generous sponsors before we go any further. If you spent a little time with us prior to going live and you saw who our diamond, platinum, golden, and silver sponsors were, you need to know how important they were in lifting us up to get us to this point tonight. Not to mention all of the donors that have donated their goods, their products, their services, so that you would have something to bid on and maybe put in a stocking for somebody this Christmas. So keep that in mind, and I'll encourage you to just stick around at the very end, because you'll be able to see every single donor that provided anything to us tonight at the very end. And I would encourage you to patronize them, eat in their restaurant, buy their clothes, go to their hotels, because they've given back so richly to us in a year that's been hard for them too. So with that, we're going to get started. And I want to bring in my partner tonight. Everyone, this is Pete Malero. I just met him about 20 minutes ago. He was walking by in the parking lot, so I thought I'd say, Pete, you want to do this with me tonight? And he said,
great
sure.
Catch.
No, Pete is actually, he comes recommended to us by one of our board members, and just chatting with Pete, while I don't understand what he does, because it's complicated, I know that he's been doing this a long time. So I'm going to be relying on Pete tonight to lead us through this auction, raise us a lot of money, and we're just going to have some fun, because honestly, that's what we need to do. We need to have some fun. All right? So here's what I think, Pete. I think it's time to get some things moving along. And before we get started, I want to make sure that everybody knows how to bid. If you aren't already registered, you go to the website. It's the https://ncrccpc2021.ggo.bid. Register yourself. Once you've entered your credit card information, you can start bidding. Because we've got seven live packages that we're going to be auctioning off tonight. As well as, at the end, we're going to do a fund a need. So maybe there's a package you want, goes a little bit more than you want to pay. That's okay. That's the whole goal. But you still want to give back. There will be an opportunity for you at any point. Actually, we're going to keep that open until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. For you to be able to donate to what we call Fund a Need. But I'm going to explain that a little bit later. But just keep that in mind. Before we get started, though, now that you've registered, now that you're watching, we wanted to make this night a memorable event, as memorable as we could. And normally when we are in front of a live audience at our venue, we have some inspirational speakers.
Yep.
And I thought, gosh, how do I do that? Well, I invited some friends. They're going to come to you through the computer, but they're here to talk about the center, their involvement, and why supporting the agency is important. So the first person I would like to introduce is someone really special to the agency. She actually is our founder. In the mid-70s, she had a vision to create a space that was a safe place for people to land, individuals that had been sexually assaulted, domestic violence survivors, and individuals who, excuse me, had been victimized in any way. So she set out to make that happen right here in Lompoc. And she has been a mentor of mine since I started at the agency in 1994. And I get a little emotional when I talk about her, because she actually means that much to me. Lordy be, Pete. Lordy be. But without further ado, I would love to introduce Joyce Howerton.
I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center auction. You know, back in the early 70s, when we started doing women's conscientious raising groups and started having community meetings, myself and another woman had a meeting in Lompoc to see what the issues were that women wanted to hear about and talk about and what they were thinking about. We thought we'd have 2 or 3 people show up, and we had over 50. And I will never forget the woman that stood up, introduced herself, said that she was 84 years old. When she was a child, she was raped, and that was the first time she had ever talked about it. There had never been a place for her to talk about it. Unlike today, where the North County Rape Crisis Center has supportive staff and board members and community behind the women, the men, and the children that are their victims of, and hopefully the survivors of sexual assault and rape. You know, think about it. We have spent so many years, and in the early years, it was all intervention. We never even thought about prevention. It was just like, what can we do? How can we help? In the early days, we didn't have a lot of support from the community or from law enforcement. Everybody was just kind of figuring it all out. But as we went along, first of all, the people that were involved in starting the center recognized that we really needed not just a community, but we needed law enforcement to be on our side. And we started working with them. And then with the help of the staff, we realized that maybe if we started paying more attention to prevention, we could make our jobs a lot easier. And so the center has evolved and grown beyond anything I could have ever imagined. We have the support of the community because of the professional men and women that have worked with the center, because of the staff that give it 24/7, because of the board members, and just as important, because of all of you, each and every one of you that supports the center, ideally financially, but if you can support the center in any way. So it's the work of all of us together to make sure that we sustain the work of the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center, because the work they do helps every woman and man and child in our community, and helps each and every one of us have the kind of quality of life that we would hope that all of us could have.
All right, Pete. It is time to get this party started. It's
Game time.
it's game time. Absolutely. Time for auction item number 1 up for bid, outdoor game fun. In this bag, I don't know if you know this, these are Jenga pieces, outdoor Jenga, to be able to play the game. But wait, I'm not done. There's more. Ring toss. Look at all these colorful rings. Look at that. That's just incredible. And then checkers or tic-tac-toe. I always lose.
We even know how to play that game.
Right? Always lose. But I think this just might be my favorite. And this is where I would encourage each of you to take a gamble on the Rape Crisis Center. Have some fun. Bid on this package. Think about your kids, your grandkids. And didn't you say Thanksgiving's coming up?
Thanksgiving's coming. Christmas is coming. We need some games with the kids that come over,
Right.
or the neighbor kids next door.
Right.
Could use a little bit of help.
All right. So let's go.
Well, first of all, I'm Pete Malero, and I'm the auctioneer for tonight. And I just want to thank the Rape Crisis for calling me, and Ann and her team. They've been wonderful to work for. And we met numerous times to talk about the auction. And we need your help. And I know we've had a rough year this year, but the team is here at the North County Rape Crisis is holding together, but we're going to need some monetary help, and this is going to get started. So auction number 1 is the fun package of games, and like Ann was saying, Christmas and Thanksgiving are here, so we need some activities outside. Auction's on. I'm thinking $100, I'm thinking $150, I'm thinking $150. Asking for $150, $150 to $150. Bids at $100. Open bid at $100, and thinking $150, $150, I'm thinking $150. On this package here, great gift items here. What do we got here? Big carry-on.
Big Connect 4 that you can sit up and, I mean, it's like...
Adult friendly. This is an adult friendly game as well, outside in your own driveway, on the park benches, out front there. Ann, what do you think? Color it up. And they're 100, asking for $150. And it bids at 100. And they're 150, 150. Item number 1. If you guys can click on item number 1. And they're 150, and they're 150. And they're 100, 150. What else we got in this package, Ann?
Oh, wait a minute. Give me a minute. This part's heavy. Cornhole. Look.
Very
Who
popular.
doesn't like a cornhole game? I'll be your teammate.
Yeah. See, we teamed up
Right.
one side. We're just
Right.
looking for some other players. Cornhole right here, all ready to go, and it's easy to carry. Take it anywhere you want.
That's
Neighbor
right.
next door. And they're asking for $150. And they get 150. Bids at 100. And they get 150. And they get 150. $150. And they get 150. 150. And they get 150. And they get 150. And this is the first item of the bid, and we can use your guys' help right now. Asking for $150 right here. You can't go to Walmart, Target, or anything and buy these items for $150. I'm asking for $150. We take Visa, check, MasterCard, whatever you got. And they get 150. And 150. 150, and $150, $150, and they get 150. Are those the
Look,
stackable blocks?
This is Jenga, but I was thinking for all you woodworkers out there, maybe you could build something. You don't want to play Jenga, or you could make music.
Or yep. And if there were chalkboards around, you can use
Right.
them to clean the chalkboards. And
Right.
here we go.
Come on.
And 150, and 150, 150 to you, 150. Steve and Gene and Glenn, let's go. Let's get some money out of you guys. And 150, 150, and 150, 150, and 150. And you got any friends you need to call out? And 150, 150, asking for $150. And 150, 150, and 100 and half.
Well, I know somebody who just had a grandbaby.
Oh, that's right. And this is a good way right here to
Right.
play. These are top-notch American games right here. 150, 150, 150, 150, 150. I sold it for $100. Sold it for $100. Thank you very much. We're going to item number 2.
All right. Actually, we got to take a little break for a
Oh,
second.
I was on a roll. I was on a roll.
You
Feeling
were
lucky.
on a roll. But remember how I said I wanted to make it, not that you're not special, because you are.
Sure.
But I wanted to make it special for our guest, and I brought some friends along. I've got somebody else I'd like for you to meet. One of the things that the center is so proud of is the work that we do in the community and the connections that we've made along the way, specifically with our law enforcement partners. We work hand in hand with members of law enforcement when a sexual assault or a case of child abuse or molestation has been reported. So our partners in law enforcement, everyone that we work with is top notch. I was actually young into my career as an advocate here at the center when our next special guest became the police chief of the city of Lompoc in 1995. For 11 years, he served as a chief of police, and during his tenure at the department, I can't think of a time when he wasn't approachable. Whenever I needed anything or we needed anything, he was right there to answer our questions, lend us a hand, and support us. He served our community well, the city of Lompoc, as the chief, and has been the sheriff of this county since January of 2007. It gives me great pleasure to bring to you Sheriff Bill Brown.
Hello, I'm Sheriff Bill Brown, and it's my pleasure today to have a moment with you to talk about the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center. I've had the privilege of being connected in one way or another with this organization since 1995, when I began my role then as the police chief in the city of Lompoc. In 2007, I became the sheriff of Santa Barbara County and have stayed connected as a member of the honorary board of this wonderful organization. It's the only organization of its kind in North County that combines two essential elements: the protection of children and the support and service to people who are subjected to sexual abuse. In addition to that, there is a very, very strong prevention element that the center is involved in by educating people and young people in the schools and in the community about the problems of child abuse and sexual assault. People who are connected with the center are members of the Sexual Assault Response Team, the SART team, which is a special group of people that comes out and provides advocacy to victims of sexual assault and helps turn them into survivors of sexual assault. They are there for the people who are preyed upon by people who are sexual offenders and predators, and they're there for the people who are victimized, the young people who are victimized by those who would abuse children. I can't think of a better cause or a better organization to support, and they need your support. They exist only on donations that come from the public and a few grants that are awarded here and there, but the donations are really the lifeblood of the organization. And so when it comes to your giving, think very strongly about a wonderful organization, the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center. Thank you.
Okay, Pete, it's time to move on to number 2.
Number 2.
All right, this one is a lot of fun. Who doesn't love San Francisco, right? It's a beautiful city, so much history there.
By the Bay.
Well, that's why the package
That's
is
right.
called City by the Bay.
Right. That's right.
So, this City by the Bay package, there are 2 nights at the Hilton San Francisco Union Square, standard 2-night stay in a standard room. There's also 2 passes to the San Francisco Zoo. Who doesn't love to go to the zoo? And then have dinner with the $100 Cheesecake Factory gift card. Now, Cheesecake Factory can get a little pricey, especially when you add in the vino, but what a great package.
We're ready to go. This is it. Package City by the Bay. Item number 2 on the list here. $400 bid, asking for $500, and -5, -500, -5, and $500, and -5. On this package here it is, by the boo, you get the zoo, you get the Cheesecake Factory, you get a 2 nights downtown San Francisco. It'll be all town. You can go down to the Fisherman Wharf, family friendly. And asking for $500, and -5, and $500, -5. I got a $400 bid now, $500, and -5. Not too late to bid. Click it and bid. Click and bid. And $500, -500, and $500, $500, and it's always nice in San Francisco no matter what time of the year.
That's right.
It never changes up there, and it's
right.
family fun up there.
Family
and
fun.
We're ready to go. We'll go. Nobody else wants to go.
Wait a
Here we
minute.
go.
Wait a minute,
Wait a
Pete.
minute. Wait a minute.
This is a family show.
Fun. And
Family
asking for
show.
$500, and $500, and $500. You can come by the office and pay it too, and just talk to Ann and her team. They'll take your money, show you around a little bit too. And $500, -500, and $500, asking for $500, and $600, and $600, and $600 bid. Thank you, that last bidder. I'm asking for $600, and a little late on the trigger there. And $600, and I got a bid at $500 there, Gino. I need $600 more, and I got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600. Ask your neighbor there next door, and run across the street, send the dog a message, and I got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600 is all I'm asking for, ladies and gentlemen. $600, be nice, and I got $600. They don't have many of these packages here, and I got $600, and I promise you, 101 freeway is going to be clear sailing to San Francisco. You're going to get there in record time. Come on, and I got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600.
They already get a $100 gift card
That's
to
right.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, no, you can't
Wow.
get that. No.
Can't beat that.
Can't get that. This is not In-N-Out. This is the Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake
And I
Factory.
got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600, $600, and I got $600, and I got $600. How are the bids coming in? And $600, and I got $600, and I got $600, $600, and I got $600, and I got $600, and I got $600, $600, $600. We're going to go ahead here and sell it for $500. Sell it for $500. Moving on. Thank you very much.
All
There
right.
we go. San Francisco bound.
Thank you very much. All right. This next package, I just chuckle whenever I think about it. It just gives me so much pleasure to talk about this next package. Y'all, and I said y'all.
Y'all.
That's right. We have some friends. Their names are Pete and Becky Dasis, and they are amazing supporters of the Rape Crisis Center. They're also CASA advocates, so they constantly give back to the community. The other neat thing about Pete and Becky is that we've known them, my husband and I have known them for a very long time. Actually, since our son was 2 years old. I won't tell you how old he is now because I don't want to embarrass myself, but it's been a long time. So when we started doing auctions, they started donating, and over the last few years, it's been a shrimp boil for 20. Now, I know y'all watching, you got 19 friends. Or if you're a couple watching, you have 18 friends. So this is a perfect opportunity to have a good southern shrimp boil by homegrown Alabamans. Well, Becky's not from Alabama, but that's okay. But Pete is, and they just do a phenomenal job. So if you want some good food, good company, with good spirits, this is the place, or this is the package to bid on.
This is a fun package here, and as things start opening up and backyards start opening up, this shrimp boil is going to be very popular. And we're glad that we have families that are willing to donate this and their time and their expertise on the shrimp boil. All right, we got a nice little bid here. We're going to start off at $400. I'm asking for $400. Negative 400 on the shrimp bowl it is. I got a bid. I got a live bid at $350. I'm asking for $400. 4 easy payments. Here we go. Negative 400 and 400 and negative 4. That doesn't even pay for the shrimp to come off the boat yet. We're not there yet. Come on down. Let's get this little crawdad fish fries and everything else you need, corn in there.
Be careful, he'd probably throw in some
He might throw something
too.
in there. You never know. Sausage links, and we're ready to go. And negative $400 and negative 4. And negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, negative 400 and negative 4. Asking for $400 and negative 4. I got a $350 bid now. 400 and negative 4, negative 4. It's very easy. You just click on it to bid it $50 more. I'm asking for $400. That's a $50 bid increase. And negative 4, negative 400. I got you. And that must be Tom over there on that one side bidding. I'm asking for $450. And negative 450, and negative 450. I got a $400 bid now, asking for $450, $450, and negative auctions on $450 now, negative 500, negative 500, and negative 5. I got $450 bid now, $500, and negative 500, $500. That's all we need. 500, negative 500, negative 500, negative 5. We're getting close to that first shrimp now, and negative 500, negative 5. Hey, I'm fine, negative 5, negative. Push your neighbor next door. If you're sitting next to your spouse or your loved one, hit them one more time for a $50 bid more. I'm asking for $550 now. I got a bid at $500, asking for $550. And negative 5, negative 5, negative 550, and negative 5, negative 550, negative 5, 500, negative 5, negative 550, and negative 550. This is a local family that's donating their time and their resources to host this event. And we need your help right now. Asking for 500 to 550, now 600.
Let me tell you
600,
something else
take it,
about
Ann,
Pete.
one more time.
Pete is a veteran of the United States Air Force. He served honorably for 20 years. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal to my family. It's a
And
big
this
deal.
area, too.
It's a big deal to this community. And Becky has been right there by his side and has been part of the military life since, like I said, my boy was 2 years old. So know that these aren't just some folks off the street. They are ingrained in this community, and they want to show you a good time.
Pete and Becky, thank you very much. This is going out to you. We're asking here, we got a bid at $550. I'm asking for $600. And I'm going to get $600. Remember, all that money you guys are giving today is going to stay right here in this community. It's going to stay right here in this community and help out all those who need help. And I'm going to get $600, and $600, and $600. Asking for $600. And I'm going to get $600, and $600. And I'm going to get $600, 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 and I'm going to get $600. Bids at $550. Now $600. How's the click to go, ladies? $600, and I get $600, and I get $6. And we got a great staff here. They're working tremendously to take these bids. They're raising their hands, and we need $50 out of you more. It's only $50 more. You've been saving all that money for 1 year. We can use it today. And I get $600, 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 and I get $600.
How about this, Pete?
$600.
I'll throw in a couple cases of beer.
Ann and the team are going to throw in some cases of beer. That should help out here. I need there to go right there. 2 cases of beer, any kind, right?
Thanks, Bob.
And Bob, I know your name now. Okay, she'll know you. What flavor does Bob drink?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about Bob. Okay, and I get 600, 600, and I get 600, and I get 600, and 600, and 600, and I get 600, and $600, $600, $600. I sold it for $550. Sold it for $550. Thank you very much on the shrimp boil.
Nice. We'll find out what kind of beer you like. I'll make good on it. Thanks, Bob. All right, Pete, we're almost halfway through. We have done 3 live auction items, and now we're going to talk a little bit more about maybe there was something you wanted to bid on, but you missed it because it went a little bit high, although the games, somebody got them for a steal.
Yes.
But anyway, that's okay. You still have an opportunity to get back with their funded need at the end of the show. or you can just click on those buttons now for Funded Need. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But we're halfway through. We've done 3 programs or 3 auction items, and things are going well, I think.
Things are going very well.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Yes, I am too.
Good, good. All right, so remember how I said our agency has had an opportunity to work with so many different law enforcement entities over the years, since our inception, actually. I'm about to introduce another one that's in our long list of allies that we have here in this work. For well over 15 years, the Lompoc Police Department has had an in-house victim advocate, someone that specifically works with detectives and police officers when someone is either sexually assaulted, a victim of domestic violence, child molestation, you name it, that victim advocate is there. We're proud as a Rape Crisis Center to be able to manage that program, even though it is a city-funded, a Lompoc City-funded position. But we couldn't do that without the support that we have received from all of the police chiefs since we started with that position. And our next guest is the Lompoc City Police Chief, Joe Mariani. And Joe is going to talk a little bit about how important he sees that victim advocate position and our work with the Lompoc Police Department.
At a time when there is a cry for police reform and for many changes, one of the things that I think we can take a lot of not only satisfaction but see as a true success is the long-standing relationship between the North County Rape Crisis Center and Child Protection Agency, as well as the Lompoc Police Department's relationship. You know, it was well underway before I got here, and it is a long relationship that's been extremely productive, and more importantly, because it provides a true resource for our victims. And so when you're a victim of either domestic violence or a child who becomes a victim of sexual assault as well, it is important that we provide resources, especially to go beyond what the police department can offer. And so I appreciate and I value the work that's done by our advocates, because it's timely intervention, which is critical to restoring a state of normalcy and providing some real benefit to people who have been traumatized. And when I look at the long history of child abuse and domestic violence, and oftentimes we look at suspects or people who perpetrate these crimes, oftentimes they too were victims themselves. And one cannot discount the fact that had they received early and timely intervention, that also would have led to prevention. So that being said, I value the work of our advocates. It's important that programs like this be continued and become part of just about every agency for the benefit, as I said, of our victims, to provide them the resource and the healing that they need when they've been traumatized.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I am so excited about this next package, Cambria. Oh my gosh, Cambria is just absolutely beautiful. It's a place of solace. The sea gives me much peace, and I hope it does the same for you. And Pete, this package is pretty special because you get one night in a partial view upstairs room at the Little Sur on Moonstone Beach.
Oh, wow.
I mean, who doesn't love Moonstone Beach with the walkway? You get out there, you breathe the fresh sea air. And then you also get lunch for 2 at the Moonstone Beach Bar and Grill. Lunch for 2. And if you haven't been to the Moonstone Beach Bar and Grill, let me tell you, they have some amazing food. But the other really cool thing about this package is what you get to do either going up the coast or coming down the coast,
right.
whatever direction of travel you take, is to be able to stop in the little town of Harmony. And if you haven't been to Harmony, you need to go, because they've got some beautiful glass shops, some pottery, just beautiful artisan work that's happening in Harmony. But Harmony Cellars has donated a picnic, which includes cheese, crackers, chocolate, logo glasses, and wine. What a
doesn't like
wonderful,
that?
who doesn't love that? What a wonderful little getaway.
Cambria Getaway. Cambria Getaway. Right up the coast here, right in your own backyard. And for people like you and I that don't get out much, this is an easy vacation. We're ready to go. All right. And they're going to go 400 and 4. Open bids at $400. I'm asking for $500. And they're going to find 505. I got a bid at $400 already. Now 500. And they're going to find 5. $500 and they're going to find $500 and they're going to find Cambria Vacation it all. And they're going to ride up the Highway 101 to Highway 1. And they're going to, from there you can go anywhere you want on Highway 1. There's a lot of little beaches along the town as well. And trust me, it don't rain in California no more, so it's always sunny in California. So we can use the rain. But we're going to ask here $500 and I'm going to find $500. $500 bid and I'm going to find $5. Click it and bid and I'm going to find $500. I'll find $500 and I'm going to $5. I got a bid at $400. I'm asking for $500 and I'm going to find $5. Bids at $500 and $5 and I'm $5. Thank you for that $500 bid. I'm asking for $600 now, and it's pretty easy, ladies and gentlemen. You're just going to go ahead and scroll, find the dollar amount you want, and it's never too late to bid. If you see other stuff along the way that you want to pre-bid on, go right ahead and bid on. But we're asking for $600 for this Cambria Getaway. $600 and they get a $600 now $700. Thank you for that $600 bid. I'm asking for $700 now. I'm going in $100 increments, so just so you guys know on this package here. And I'm going to get a $700, I get a $700, and $700, I get a $700, I get a $700. I'm at $600 here now. $700, I get a $700.
So
$700.
I was thinking, we've been cooped up. We got the COVID coop up.
Yep, that's right. I'm a little cramped up already.
Right. And you get out every day
We
because
do.
you work outside every single day. But I mean, if you haven't had a chance to take a trip with your partner or whoever's important
Your
to you.
pets?
Or your pets.
Your pets?
No, I would like to leave my pet at home, quite honestly, so I could have my whole bed. But what a great little getaway. And just being able to stop in Harmony and,
Yep.
and just take your time and just breathe. Have a couple of drinks at Moonstone Beach Bar and Grill.
That's right.
You can't ask for anything better.
No, and we want to thank those people as well at Moonstone Beach
Oh
Bar
my
and Grill
gosh.
as well for donating this here and helping us out. We're asking for $800 here. I got a bid of $700. Cambria Vacation. I need $800 out of you guys. $800 and $800 and $800. $800 and $800 9. $800 and $800 and $800 and $800. I got a $700 bid asking for $800. And you guys have been great supporters. I just need a little bit more money out of everybody. And $800 and $800 and $800. $800 and $800 and $800 $800 and $800 and don't go be walking to our refrigerator. This is it right here. $800. We only have a handful more items left, and don't get up off of that couch or that click or that table or that chair. $800 and $800 and $800 only to go to Cambria. Can't go too
$800
far.
to take the one you love or your pet.
Or your pet or pets.
Or pets, right? Walk
And there's
on the beach.
also there is horseback adventure trips up there as well. So you can take your horses. There are horse trails along the way as well. So you can really make this a vacation for your big, tall, four-legged friends. And $800, $800, $800, $800. If you still want to click on that one here, it's still open. We're going to give you guys a little bit more time there to bid on it. I'm going to have to go for $700. Sold for $700. Sold for $700.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And as Pete said, the bids are still open, for a little bit longer. If you want to keep going, it's okay. All right, Pete. Whew. This next
okay?
one. I'm good. I'm good. This next one is so exciting. I mean, y'all read everything that Bloomingdale's has to offer, right? And the San Francisco trip. This one is big, y'all. First of all, you get a $1,000 shopping spree at Bloomingdale's. And you get a personal concierge that's going to walk around with you and tell you whether or not you look good in those skinny jeans or not. I mean, hey, they're going to be real. But then they're going to do your makeup and all of that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, men, this is what women want for Christmas. For real.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, as you should. No expense should be spared in this package because Also, if you don't know about the Fairmont Hotel, I hear it's to die for. I've never personally been, but I hear it is legit. 2 nights at the Fairmont, $1,000 shopping spree at Bloomingdale's. Oh gosh, what else is there? Lordy B, there's just so much to this package. It's all online. Look at it. It's legit. This is the one to get. If you want to propose to your loved one at Christmas,
Great time, yes.
this would be a great place to do it. Just saying.
Wow, this Bloomingdale's is a tough one. They don't come around that much. Not only that, you get a full-on service as well right when you show up. And like Ann was saying, they're going to help you, mold you, help you shop, carry bags, and do it all up. Men, like you and I, if you're in trouble, this is a good get out of jail card here, right here. So if you're in trouble, this is what we need. Help me out and I'll help you out. Asking for $1,500 bids at $1,500, now $1,600. I want to thank bidder number on lot number 4. We want to thank you guys for buying that last one. And we're ready to go here. Item number 5, the Bloomingdale's. $1,500 bid, 16 asking for 16, asking for. We okay? We're okay. 1,500, and again 1,500, and again 15, and again 15, now, and again 15, and 1,750, and again 17, and 1,750. I'm going to go $250 increments so you guys can stay on track here. So 1,750. I'm asking for 1,750, and again 17, and 17. To Bloomingdale's, not too far from down here, and again 1750, and again 1750, 17, again 1750, and again 17, again 1750, and again 17, and 1750, and 1750, and again 1750, and all the shopping. If you girls love to shop, this is a chance to get away and shop. Let your hair down, let the credit cards go, and just have a good time, man.
Well, but the guys can get something too.
That's
you know?
right.
I mean,
That's right.
They might look good in skinny jeans. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah. I'm
We'll get
working on it.
New pair of shoes.
And here we go. 1,750 bid. I need $1,750. I got a $1,500 bid asking for $1,750 for Bloomingdale's. And I'm going to get $1,750. 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 Click and bid. Click and bid. And it's pretty easy. And I'm going to get $1,750. Christmas is right around the corner. Just imagine showing up and putting this in the stocking. You'd be husband of the month or boyfriend of the month. And here we go. And I'm going to get $1,750. $1,750. Asking for $1,750.
You know, at the Fairmont, it's 2 nights. 2 nights at
Two
the
big
Fairmont. So
nights.
you don't just drive up, go shopping, and then have to come home. 2 nights at the Fairmont. So what if there's a ball game?
Yeah, catch it.
To catch a ball, whether it's baseball season or football season.
Basketball season just started.
Oh, basketball, yes. You could throw, you could get tickets to whatever sporting event. Maybe do they do hockey in San Francisco? I probably should know that.
They do.
Okay.
Close.
Okay.
San Jose.
San Jose. That's the
Yes,
Sharks.
Sharks. The
All
Sharks.
Right. You're welcome, David. I learned something. But 2 nights at the Fairmont, plus breakfast every single morning. And I also hear that's pretty legit.
And it's very good.
Yes. So, I mean, golly day, y'all. 2 nights at the Fairmont.
This is a great weekend. A great weekend or weekday package. I mean, we can make it work with you. And we're ready to go. And I'm asking, I got a bid of $1,500. I'm asking for $1,750. And I get a $1,750. And I get a $1,750. Asking for $1,750. And I get a $750. We can carry the luggages. We can carry all the gifts they buy and everything else, can't we? Even the skinny jeans I'll carry. Here we go. And I get a $1,750. And I get a $1,750. $1,750. Sold it for $1,500. Sold it for $1,500.
What a steal. Why are you saying no? Oh, sorry, Pete. They didn't update you? They didn't update you. We have a bid for $2,000.
$2,000. We're ready to go. $2,000. $2,000 again. $2,500 again. $25 and $2,000 again. $2,000 again. $2,000 again. $2,000. $2,000 bid. I need $2,500 and again $25 again. $25. $2,500 again. $2,500 again. $25 and $25 again. $25 again. $25. $25 again. $25. Are we doing okay over there at the tables? Tables doing all right? We're clicking and going. And again $2,000 bid. $2,000 negative $2,000. $2,000 negative $2,000 negative $2,000. I got a $2,000 bid. I want to thank that person for $2,000. I'm asking for 2,500, 2,500, asking for 2,500, negative 2,500, 25, negative 2,500, 2,500, negative 25, negative 25, negative 25, 25, negative 2,500, negative 25, 25, and 25, negative 25, 2,500, and negative 25, negative 25, negative 2,500, now 3,000, 3,000, negative 3,000, $3,000 bid, 3,000, thank you very much for that bid at 2,500. I'm asking for $3,000 for Bloomingdale's, and a 3, negative 3, negative 3, winter's coming, all those big coats are going to be up there in Bloomingdale's, and negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, negative 3,000, negative 3,000, negative 3,000, $3,000, and negative 3,000. I got a bid at 2,500. I'm asking for $3,000, 3,000, negative 3,000. We're doing the calculations right now, and they're coming in.
Wait, there it is, Pete.
There it is.
There it is,
$3,000. We got it.
Awesome.
We got it. $3,000. Asking for 3,500. 35, negative 3,500. I sold it for $3,000. Sold it for $3,000.
Wow.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys very much out there.
Whoever's going, I'll drive you. If you need some help, let me know. All right. Whew. You worked that one, man. Good job.
Good job.
Good job.
All your friends helping out.
That's right. Okay. So, as a young advocate, when I started at the center, actually, I don't know if I was ever young when I started, but when I was inexperienced, we'll just go with that.
Still learning.
I'm still learning. Believe me, I'm still learning. Anyway, way back when, I remember working cases with our next special guest who really has worked his way up the ranks as a police officer. And he now has the duty to lead the city of Santa Maria as its Santa Maria police chief. And I honestly, sitting down with him and having conversations with him, he is a gentle soul. He is incredibly passionate about his work. And he's just honestly one of the most down-to-earth men I've ever had the blessing to work with in my career here at the Rape Crisis Center. And it gives me a great honor to introduce Santa Maria Police Chief Mark Schneider.
Hi, my name is Mark Schneider. I'm the police chief for the city of Santa Maria, and it's a privilege to be able to address everybody that's watching this and just to let you know how important our relationship and partnership is with North County Rape Crisis. They're a phenomenal organization. Ann and her staff are true professionals, and I know from way back in the day when I was a detective and when one of the advocates would show up and be there for the survivors as an investigator, that was comforting not only for the survivor but for me as well. It allowed me to really focus on the investigation and holding those accountable for what had happened. That really gave us an opportunity to do so. And I know that now our partnership with Rape Crisis is very strong. I see them come and provide training to our staff on a regular basis. And speaking with detectives in the last week and knowing that I was going to be speaking today, that they echoed those same sentiments, that they really appreciate Rape Crisis and the advocates. And the follow-up was one of the things that they said. The follow-up that they do with the survivors and the family is just phenomenal, and that means a lot to us as well. And I can't say enough about what they do for our community and for other law enforcement agencies in the county. I really would ask that if you're able to support them in any way possible, that you do so. I know they're here to really provide that service, and even through a pandemic, it was great to have advocates that were still responding to support the survivors, and that's something I know wasn't occurring in other places throughout the state. So that was a big positive thing that we saw here in Santa Maria. So thank you very much.
All right, Pete. We are at package number 6.
Number 6.
And this is another one of those really cool packages, a getaway, that when we talk about the ocean, how many people don't love just going to the beach, walking, having the breeze in your hair, and just letting your shoulders relax? Bob, this is your chance, man.
Or put on the shorts.
Right? So anyway, this one is called a little vitamin C because, we all need a dose of medicine every now and then, right? And for a lot of people, the C is it. So this one, you get 2 nights in a deluxe ocean view room with a patio at the Cavalier Oceanfront Resort in beautiful San Simeon. It's right on the coast. You also get a $50 gift certificate to the San Simeon Beach Bar and Grill, as well as a $50 gift certificate for Lynn's Restaurant in Cambria. And if you haven't been to Lynn's and had their pie, you haven't lived. But they also have just amazing food. So, once again, this is the package to escape with. 2 nights in San Simeon. You're really close to the elephant seal rookery, and if you haven't experienced that, oh my gosh, such an amazing experience. It's for real. And then there's Hearst Castle, and while they've been closed because of COVID, they're slowly starting to open back up, and you can actually purchase tickets now for Hearst Castle. Holidays are coming up. Their winter tours or their holiday tours, I hear, are splendid. I've never had a chance to do that one, but the light show in Cambria.
Light show in Cambria.
That's right. I hear actually I went 2 years ago and it was beautiful. So, how about a little dose of vitamin C?
This is a good one here. And as you guys are bidding out there, there's a little time lapse between you and us as we're getting it. So be patient with us. Click it and we'll get your bid as soon as possible as it comes in. But we're doing a great job. You guys are all doing a great job out there. And we're going to go by the sea once again here. Great package here. 2-night getaway. 2-night getaway. Auction's on. 800, 800. I got an $800 bid outside. AT&T line, $800. I'm asking for $900. And I'm going to get a 2-night stay on the ocean. And I'm going to get $900. I'm going to get a 9. Oh, 900. I think there's going to be changing here pretty fast. This is a pretty popular item here. Let's click it and go. And I get a 900. I get 900. $900. I'm going to get a $900. I'm going to get a 9. We take payments, Visa, credit card, whatever you guys got. Throw it our way. We're ready to go on this office. We're waiting on you guys. And I get $900, and I get a 9, and I get a 9, I get a 900, and a 9. I got a bid at $800, $800, and I get an $800 bid. 800, I get 800, and 9. 800, and 9, I get a 9, I get a 9. $900, and I get a 9, I get a 900. 900, I get a 900, I get a 9. $900, and a 9. $1,000. I'm asking for $1,000. This could be, you guys can make this $1,000 item. We're asking for $1,000, and I get $1,000. $1,000 it is. Thank you. 1,000, 1,100, and I get 1,100, and I get 1,100. And I get 1,100, 1,100. To up there on the coast, and I get 1,100, 1,100, and I get 1,100. Now 12, and I get $1,200, and I get 12, and 12. We got a good one here.
So
we got a good one here.
let me tell you what I'm feeling. Let me tell you what I'm feeling, y'all. I'm feeling the love because there's a lot of love that's just happening by this bidding, but I'm kind of thinking there's going to be some love happening once the person knows that they won this package.
That's right. That's right. And I'm asking for $1,200. I got an $1,100 bid, now 12. And I'm going to get 1,200, and I get 12. It's a lot easier for the bookkeepers to round up $100 to $1,200 than $1,100. And let's take it to that even number. And I get 12, and I get 1,200, and I get 12. And I get 12, and I get 1,200, and I get 12. And I get 12, and I get 12. And I get 12. Now 13. Thank you, 13. I get a 13. Thank you to the last bidder. You just raised it up to 1,200. Now I'm asking for $1,300. And I get a 13. And I get 13. And I get 13. And Joshua, I hope you're watching us. We're ready. We need you. 13, I get a 13, I get a 13, and I get a 13, and a 13, and a 1,300, and I get a 3, and I get a 13, and I get a 13, 1,300, 1,300. Come on, Glenn, and come on, Glenn, and a 13, and a 13, and a 13, and I get a 13, and a 13, and I get a 13, and where's Mary at? And a 13, and a 13, 13, now 14. Asking for 1,400. I got a bid of $1,300 right up front, right here. Asking for 1,400, and I get a 14, and a 14, and a 14, 14. 2-night stay, 2-night stay, and there's a lot to do up there. Asking for $1,400, and I get a 14, and a 14, and I get a 14, and a 14.
Do you know what you can do on a patio?
A lot.
No, y'all.
Besides start fires. Besides start fires.
I'm thinking about coffee in the morning, sitting on the patio.
Yes.
I mean, oh my gosh.
Ocean view.
Ocean view
Yes.
on the patio, drinking coffee in your little fuzzy slippers, and
not a worry in the world at home.
Your pace.
Yep, that's right. You don't get that much, and I need $1,400. I got a bid at 13. I need 1,400. And negative 14, negative 14, 14, negative 14, negative 14, negative 14. This is fun. Just click it and go. 14, negative 14, negative 14, 1,400, and negative 14, negative 14, negative 14. I got a bid at 1,300. Thank you for that $1,300 bid. I'm asking for 14, and negative 14, negative 14, negative 14, negative 14, $1,400, and negative 14, negative 14, 14, 1,400, 1,400. And we're moving on to item. We're moving on to the next one. We're moving on.
All right.
You still have time to bid on that. As it goes, just go ahead and click it. We still got time to bid.
If you need to break out your calculator, make sure you got your budget
That's right.
Do
That's
that
right.
because we're going to give you a little bit more time because that's how special that package is. So, this next person that I want to talk a little bit about, I've admired this woman since she took office as our county's district attorney in 2010. 2010. That was a long time ago.
Long time ago now.
That's right. As a champion for many things, District Attorney Joyce Dudley lives by her creed to seek justice for all. While I've never actually seen her in action in the courtroom, I know what she stands for, and I know how that translates to her work as a district attorney and what that means to her staff, her other assistant district attorneys, as well as the victim witness advocates that work for her in that office. We have the pleasure and the absolute honor to work with some amazing victim advocates here in North County, both in Santa Maria and Lompoc. And they do it under Joyce's tutelage. So it gives me great honor that Joyce wanted to lend her voice tonight to our efforts because she's how we get justice. Her office is how we get justice. Joyce Dudley.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to talk to you about the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center. They have been a critical partner in our ability to successfully prosecute serial rapists. But it's not just about sexual assault in adults. What's so extraordinary about this organization is that they're also there for kids. So what does this tell you about them? It tells you that they really care about the people in their community, the most vulnerable people in their community. And that's been so clear during our recent pandemic because they never stopped caring, and more importantly, they never stopped showing up. They continue to be there for people during their worst moments. They continue to help people move from victim to survivor. They were there for them from the night it happened until much later, until times of prosecution, until times that they were back in the community. There is a beautiful gem in the North County of Santa Barbara, and that is the Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center. We are blessed to have them at the District Attorney's Office, and North County is blessed to have them to help take care of their most vulnerable victims.
I mean, the fun to need.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Wasn't that just an inspirational message from Joyce? We're so honored to have her as part of our team. So here we are. We are at auction package number 7.
Number 7.
This is our big one. This is the one we're very, very excited about. Well, we've been excited about all of them, right?
This involves an airplane, doesn't it?
But this involves going on a jet plane somewhere. So look. You've got a $500 gift card to any Airbnb you want to go to. And a friend of mine told me that she was able to get an Airbnb in Denmark or Nova Scotia or somewhere. I don't remember where she said she was, but it was like dirt cheap. She was able to stay in a foreign country with her Airbnb for like $75 a night. So you can get on your little Southwest plane, go wherever you want. Yep. And that's why we say you can go north, south, east, or west. You can go to Maine, you can go to Florida, you can go to Sedona, wherever you want to go. Right. You can use your gift card for Southwest Airlines, wherever Southwest flies. Book your Airbnb. What about this? Would be an amazing getaway.
And Southwest flies right out of Santa Barbara if you're buying local.
That's why we actually.
That's right. Yep, it'll get you anywhere you want. We're ready to go here. Getaway vacation or a retreat or just for fun, you little staycation, but this is it right here. Southwest plane included. And here we go. I got a bid here at $1,300 now 14. I got a bid at $1,300 now 14. Asking for $1,400 and negative $1,400 to you guys out there. 14 negative 14 negative 14 negative 14 and negative 14 negative 14 negative 14 negative 1,400 and negative 14 negative 14 negative 14. Asking for $1,400. And once again, Ann, like you said, we can fly right out of Santa Barbara, jump on that 14 flight there out of Southwest gate number 5. They'll take you anywhere you want. You get a $500 gift certificate for Airbnb as well. All over the world, you find those Airbnbs now. I'm asking for $1,500. I got a bid for $1,400, asking for $15. And $15, $15, $15, $15, $15, $15, $15. Let's go, $15. Southwest it is. And I think it comes with a pillow and a blanket these days too. And $15. Complimentary peanuts and pretzels, I think, as well. Something like that, Ann says. And 15. Asking for $1,500. And 15. $1,500. And 15. I know we've been cooped up for a long time this year. This is an easy way just to get out and experience the world, or just another state as well, wherever Southwest goes in their next jumper shuttle stops as well. And 15. Asking for $1,500. And 15. $1,500. And 15. I got a bid at $1,400. And 15. We okay, staff? And 14. I got a $1,400 bid now, asking for $1,500. And 15. They want to go too. We're in the office here. We're thinking about places where to go in this office as well. I need $1,500. Anywhere you want to go, Ann?
Well, I would love to go to Virginia.
Virginia goes. Southwest goes to Virginia.
Southwest goes to Virginia. But I also know some people that would probably like to go to Disney World in Florida.
Yes.
Which would be pretty exciting. Or what if you went to Maine and had fresh lobster?
Lobster, yep.
I mean,
Maine lobster.
Fresh Maine lobster and clam chowder.
And clam chowder. All right, and see those New Englands too. All right, here we go. And 15. I got a $1,500 bid. Thank you for your $1,500 bid. I'm asking for $1,600. And I get 16. I get 16. I get bags. And I get 16. I get 16. And I get 16. $1,600. And I get 16. And I get and bags fly for free with Southwest as well. Bags fly for free for Southwest. So you can take all the luggage you want. And then if you're going to Maine, you're going to need all the luggage you need to carry all those parkas and jackets and everything with you. It's going to be cold up there. And I'm going to get 16, I get 16, I get 16, $1,600, and I get 16, asking for 16, now 17, $1,700 bid, and I can say thank you to that $1,600 bidder, asking for 17, and I get 17, and it's not too late to bid on last other items as well, other auction items. If you see those other ones, previous ones, you can still bid on those. You still have a chance, and I'm asking for 1,700, and I get 17, and I get 1,700, and I get 17, and I tell you what, I know the holidays are coming once again, but if you're looking for a place to stash your in-laws, or you're going to go visit your in-laws, buy this package, because you can put them up in an Airbnb, or you can bring them home or take them back. Whatever you want to do, Southwest will get you there. And I'm going to get 17, $1,700 bid, and I get 17, $1,700, and I get 17, $1,700, and I get 1,700. We're going to go ahead. We want to thank everybody.
That's right.
Want to thank everybody.
So, got a couple more things that we want to do before we close out tonight, because I don't even know what time it is, but we've had fun. We've had fun, and time doesn't matter. So, a couple more people I want to introduce you to before we go. And these individuals have been supporters of this organization for over 30 years. And quite honestly, they've served on our executive board. They now sit on our honorary board. They have been my sounding board, my confidants, and my mentors over the years as well. And never actually worked with him when he was a police officer for the Santa Maria Police Department, but he served for a very long time in the Santa Maria Police Department. And Linda has been a long-time educator in our community. And we're just extremely blessed in our community to have people of the caliber of Mike and Linda Cordero. Mike and Linda.
Hi, we're Mike and Linda Cordero, and we've been involved with the North County Rape Crisis Center for well over 30 years. And we're here to talk to you about supporting the center in some way, shape, or form that you can, and helping people that are really unknown victims yet. We don't know who they're going to be. We don't know who the victim's going to be in the future. And I want to point out that my law enforcement experience takes me back to the early 70s. And law enforcement has changed and progressed a lot to help the victims. And this center is the only portion of the investigative process that has one interest in mind, and that is to support the victim in a sexual assault, just to support whoever that is and meet those needs. And we would encourage, my wife and I would encourage you to become involved if you can and support the center in any way you can, whether that's financially, whether it's time, whether it's to volunteer in some way. Do something to help us get this job done and protect these people as best we can.
My background really has to do with education, and that is another critical component of the work that the center does. It not only provides the child safe program at almost every elementary and middle school site and high school in the northern part of the county, but it provides workshops and information to any interested adult or youth groups that want to know more about how we can support and advocate for the survivors. The survivors are the ones that receive the benefits of what the center does. And too often, even now in an age where everything is out in the open and social media tells it all, it's still hard to talk about rape victims or even children who have been sexually abused. So your support of the work that they do is essential. Though we no longer serve on the board, we will always be advocates for what the North County Rape Crisis and Child Protection Center does. And we hope that you will join us.
Wow, tonight has been phenomenal. I don't know what our dollar amount is that we raised, but we're not done. We still need you. And we don't just need you tonight, we need you all year round to support us and lift us up, because, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of calling the office and saying, hey, how are y'all doing? Just wanted to say hi, you're doing a great job. But before we close and before we end things completely.
And I got some breaking news.
Please.
I got some breaking news. We want to thank Tammy Mendez on the last bid for the Airbnb and Southwest flight for a $1,700 bid, and she bought that, and we want to thank Tammy Mendez and the Mendez family.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. So like I said, we still need you. And if you didn't get what you wanted tonight, you didn't find something in the silent auction that interested you, or maybe you were outbid. I was outbid on every single thing I bid on, but that's okay. There's still a chance for you to help. And I encourage you to take a look at our Fund a Need.
Yes.
And Fund a Need for us is really important, because this gives us the opportunity to get dollars that go strictly to and straightforward to much needed programs that we do here at the center. I'm just going to run this down real quick. $25 will give both offices paper. Y'all might think that's a silly thing to ask for, but really with all of the outreach work that we do and all of the materials that we produce, $25 for copy paper is a pretty big deal for us. We get excited with paper. $50 funds 4 survivors with clothes that they can wear home after they've had their forensic medical exam. So just think about somebody who is brought to a facility. We have to do an exam. We have to take their clothes as evidence. They have nothing. We're able to provide them with clothes. So $50 is going to get 4 survivors some sweats to wear home. Food, money for food. There's no grant that pays for food. Just, it's an unallowable expense. $100 will buy snacks for us to teach our 16-week Synachily class that we do in our elementary and middle schools. It's a new program here to the center, but $100 will make sure that we're keeping those youth engaged by providing them food, because who doesn't like a snack, right?
That's right.
And that's for 16 weeks. $300 is going to fund art supplies for a 16-week Building Resiliency Through Art program. It's one of our therapeutic programs that we do here at the center, art is very healing, and building resiliency through art has been something that we've really grown with our counselors here over the last several years. And then $500 is going to help us with our Child Safe program. If any of you have children in Lompoc, Santa Maria, Santa Ynez, Guadalupe schools, chances are they've seen our Child Safe program. So $500 is actually going to help us with that 2-day program. It's actually going to fund 3 2-day programs. And then moving on to counseling. That's one of the things that we offer everyone here is free counseling. And $1,000 will allow us to provide 40 counseling sessions to a survivor of sexual violence. And then finally, $1,500 will fund 8 complete sessions of Word on the Street, which is an anti-human trafficking curriculum that we do in some of our local schools with our teenagers. If you don't know, human trafficking is a problem in our community in all of Santa Barbara County. It's a problem everywhere. But our thing that we're doing to try to end human trafficking is this Word on the Street program by educating our young people. So $1,500 will help with that. And you might see a $5,000 increment under Fund a Need. I don't have words to describe what that would do for our agency. $5,000 would add all these things up and we'd be able to do everything. So with that, we're going to leave you with a little video. It's a little documentary that was done about a year ago, right in the middle of COVID. We worked on it. And it really does showcase the work that the Rape Crisis Center does, some of our staff and a survivor, and what the work has meant to her. So we thank you, Pete. Nailed it, man.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you
your
so
team.
much for joining us, Jeremy, Michelle, Alex, Barb, Karen, Allison, and everybody else watching. Thank you so much for being with us. It's been real. Thank you. You went out with him when I told you not to?
Maybe we thought we were
She was just dressed like a slut.
together, we crossed a thin line.
To change her mind is her fault.
I turned cold when you took control of a body that's mine.
If you wouldn't have done that, you wouldn't have been hurt.
My mom even told me that I probably wanted it. I wanted to have sex with my grandfather.
Ain't it some kind of cry?
The why. These are all victim blaming statements. Make a survivor feel like, oh, well, maybe this is really my fault. No, we need to flip that script and turn that around. When you report being robbed, they don't sit there and ask you,
Your car was stolen. Well, you left the keys in your car. Clearly, that is your fault.
so you were walking down the street, you had your wallet in your back pocket. Why did you carry your wallet in your back pocket? Why didn't you have it in your front pocket?
No one's supposed to be still in the car anyway.
We can't blame the survivor from going out and getting drunk.
No one who goes on a blind date is supposed to be assaulted.
The last time I checked, just because you go out and get drunk doesn't mean it's now legal to rape you. That's not a thing.
That's not how it works.
There's only one person to blame, and that's the person that committed that act of violence.
Everyone kind of like, oh my gosh, she's a bad child. It was her fault. You know, they don't really want to expose the pedophile on the family. He stole my innocence.
Sexual violence can happen to anyone.
Anybody can be a victim.
Everyone can be a victim.
Anyone,
People you would never even expect.
male, female, a child.
The grandma that's asleep in her bed.
Survivors come in all shapes, sizes, and ages.
I remember being a little girl, I had my happy moments. The person that really took care of me at the time was my grandfather. He was grooming me.
It is someone that you know and trust and love.
It happens in so many different ways.
Absent consent, it's rape.
It could be a friend, somebody they met on Tinder.
If you're passed out and you can't give consent, it's rape.
We often have spousal rape.
If you were making out and then you said stop, but the partner takes it further, it's rape.
It's a crime often of opportunity.
Rape is an act of power and control.
A deliberate and violent act.
Sex is the weapon.
My grandfather was someone I loved. He threatened me. He said that if I told on him, he would go to jail. He made me feel so guilty. He had me controlled.
It is so important to talk about sexual violence.
Because people don't want to.
For too long, it was not talked about.
We glorify sex and we shame sex.
It's super uncomfortable to hear that 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually assaulted before the age of 18.
How else are we going to end it?
It's the only way it stops is by us raising our voice, stop the stigmas. So if we don't talk about it, it's going to keep happening. Obviously, it's always going to be part of me. It still hurts. What I do know is that I'll always have support.
They might not have a support system because they feel shame, they feel blame, they feel guilt.
They have lost their power, they've lost control, they lose their identity.
Because they were victimized.
There is a common belief that men cannot be victims of sexual violence.
Say they're crazy. Anybody can be a victim. That doesn't make you a weak person.
They're not supposed to be hurt.
The person that is weak is the one that's been doing that to them.
They've glamorized the women that are perpetrators. Wow, isn't he lucky that that teacher abused that young man? They still have to cope with that emotion of what happened and that feeling of shame. There's a lot of anger and a lot of aggression.
Somebody did something bad to you. We can't help you until we know your story.
It started off as just pornography. He was always around me, always touching me, and I totally just froze. I didn't know what was happening. I would kind of just let him touch me. He was screaming me for me to actually have sex with him. He tried to shut me down, but he didn't. I beat him.
Our role as an advocate is to dispel the myths so that they can make an informed decision as to what's the best path for them.
Softening the presence of law enforcement so that they feel more comfortable working with us.
We're empowering people and educating people and helping them heal on a daily basis.
And ultimately, what we want them to have is power and control back.
This is the closing chapter of what happened to me. And they feel empowered and they feel strong, just visualizing.
The advocate's role is to be like a human being for the survivor.
But what's most important about this place? We start by believing.
I remember my first meeting with the counselor here. I'm so thankful for her. She was amazing. When she told me that it wasn't my fault, I felt so liberated. I waited so long to hear those words. I felt like I belonged.
We are a place of healing. We are a place where most survivors' journeys begin.
And you're gonna find out that your essence is there. Because sometimes when you are hurting, you're feeling that somebody stole everything from you.
We are here and we will help you. We will do whatever you want us to do. And it's really about your choice.
We need to let people know that it's okay to tell your story. It's okay to get help.
Everyone's story is different. The hardest part is just making that first call or, getting here. You've been through so much and you're surviving it.
We get asked quite often, how do you know you're making a difference? If we can plant the seed for one person and make a difference, that's what matters.
These kids have been through hell, and if I can be the one that helps end that for them, then I've been successful.
I get overwhelmed with the bravery when I sit with a support group and the power that is there in their honesty and truth. It's why we do what we do.
Sometimes I'm the very first person that they've ever described the most traumatic event in their life to. And they're terrified, and I'm always blown away by how brave they are. And so often they're reporting so that the same thing doesn't happen to another.
It's when we know that we have shined a light for someone who was in absolute darkness. I won't go so far as to say we saved their life, but we saved their dignity. To me, that's important.
There's a stigma that I hear all the time, that if you cry, you're not healed. No. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to free yourself with your tears. What happened to you, it's not your fault. You're allowed to be human.
This body is mine. I'll be just fine.